Good morning, my beautiful friends and fellow seekers. Thank you for being here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is. Hello, Carrie. Yay for you too. Hi, Jack. How are you gals doing today? Welcome, welcome. I see our dear friend Gwen. Who else is here today? Say hello. Hello, Jasmine. If this is your first time, tell us where you're from and what beverage you are drinking. It does not have to be coffee. Mine's always water. Hi, is that Sheila? My sister's name is Sheila, but without the H on the end. Sheila from Georgia. Hello, welcome to you. Good morning, Gwen. Jack is doing good. I'm good. I'm sleepy. I'm not used to this morning schedule. So, fortunately, naps. I love naps, so I will be napping a bit today. But also, I'm glad that I gave myself the weekend off. Yes, indeed. Anyone else brand new to me or to this beautiful live? We just started this live series, Coffee with the Council, on Wednesday of this week. And it has been, well, you guys tell me how it's been, the people who have been here. How has it been so far? Carrie says totally awesome. Can you guys hear the music, by the way? I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Totally awesome. How do I say that? Saril? Oh, what a beautiful name. I'm new to you. Just listened to many of your meditations and you love them. Oh, wonderful. I'm glad to hear. Welcome to us. How do you say your name? Let me know. I love to know how to pronounce names properly. I would guess Saril or something like that. Carrie says, I love the is-ness and was-ness. Gwen says it's amazing how there have been new stuff to chew on. There has been new stuff to chew on, isn't it? Jack says it's so powerful. Such a shift in thinking has profound effects. Surreal. Thank you. I love that. Everyone give a warm welcome to Surreal. Welcome aboard. Is anyone else new? Good morning, April. Aw, is that a kitty hug? Oh, I love that. Kitty hugs. Carrie says the isness and wasness of being. Indeed. So the council seems to be anyways, for those who are new, I'll get into that in a second. For those who are new, my name is Greg Phillips. My purpose here is to guide people into the depths of their hearts. I'm a way shower and a guide, and I do that through a lot of different methods. So energy readings, something I call loving guidance, which is really just using my intuition to guide you. I don't call it counseling or coaching because I believe that we have all our answers inside of us, that we've just forgotten them. And sometimes we just need a guide, a tour guide through our heart, through our energy, if you will. I also do something that we lovingly have called Sacred Energy Journeys. I do have a track called The Journey Through Love. If you have not listened to that, that is a perfect example of the kind of stuff we do when we go on energy journeys. And most of us feel like we really do go somewhere energetically. It's not just a guided meditation. And then the other thing I do, which is what we're doing today, is conscious channeling. So it may appear as though I am in trance when I channel the council, but in fact, I am, I would say 90% conscious while I'm doing it, which is really quite interesting. However, I do keep my eyes closed like in trance because it helps me stay in that space better. Who are the council? So the Council of Seven are a collective or a collection. What's the right word? A collective of beings, of guides that came to me a year ago this month, last April, and they have come to deliver messages regarding the essential frequencies and vibrations, the seven specific energies that they represent that are apparently fundamental for our evolution, our spiritual growth as humanity. The first of which is love, and the second which is unity. If you're brand new today to Coffee with the Council, we have been meeting with them every day since Wednesday, which feels like a long time ago, even though this is just the third day. Hello, Linda. Good to see you. And they have been talking about this new concept called Is-ness. If you want to catch up with this, I record all my lives and put them up on my channel at what I lovingly call the Tube of You at YouTube, and you can get to that right here. I've created a new playlist just for Coffee with the Council, so you can find them all in one place. So if you want to sit and watch through those at some point, please feel free to do so. And follow me for more notifications. This weekend I'm going to be adding the rest of April's schedule for Coffee with the Council. This is a 30-day test or trial, but I have a feeling this might continue past April. Anyways, that's a long introduction about me. I'm tired, so I'm stumbling over my words. And I'm so glad to have you all here, whether you are old friends or new friends. We welcome you to our loving little community. What else you guys have to say? Carrie is agreeing with Jack. Hi, Linda. Linda, it's so good to see you. I always recognize your glasses and your hair. Grateful to be here with you all, beautiful souls, indeed. Hi, Jennifer. Oh, this is your first time, and you're very excited. Oh, I'm so glad. Where are you from, and what beverage are you drinking? Hey, Louise, welcome. Are you also new? Hey, Melinda. Good to see you, my dear friend. Always nice to see you. Espresso. Ooh, Jennifer's doing the I don't know, I don't know what espresso is. Is it intense coffee? Concentrated? I'm not sure what it is. You're from Arkansas. Oh, wow, very cool. It's been ages since I've met anyone from Arkansas. Awesome. It's so nice to have you guys here. You don't even know. I don't even know either. That's all good. Hello, Melinda. What are you drinking? What's your beverage today? Anyone else brand new want to say hello? Tell us where you're from, what your beverage is, or if you're having coffee or not. Gwen says if you haven't signed up for Greg's newsletter, you should. Oh, thank you, Gwen. It always says free stuff and he doesn't spam you with email. It's true. I don't spam you with email. The newsletter is really fun for me, actually. Every month you get a free recording of what we call questions for the council. So if you actually have specific questions for you or somebody else and you sign up for the newsletter, we get those answered on a monthly basis. We make a beautiful recording and then send it out to the list. Not at all required. I would love for you to follow me on Insight Timer. One of my goals this year is to help grow lives on Insight Timer. As many of our regular live attendees know, it is a beautiful communal space for us. And it's actually surprising how few of the 26 million users of the app actually use lives and how few teachers use lives. So I'm sort of on a personal mission this year to do as many lives as I can to sort of add to that growth and the collective energy of lives. So very, very big part for my year. Carrie grew up in Arkansas. That's amazing. Hey, Catherine, welcome. Central Illinois. Good to see you again. Hey, Sherry, thanks for coming again. Great to see you. Ooh, Melinda has a chai mushroom blend tea. Water for Sherry, just like me. Hey, Louise. Greg, I haven't seen you in a while. I have been off of Insight Timer for a few months while I've been moving around nomadically and finally have settled in southern Utah. So we're back with a passion, I should say, Louise. So it is good to see you as well. You're going to be seeing a lot more from me going forward, both on Insight Timer and off Insight Timer. You're about to make a coffee. Wonderful. You've come to the right place then. Sherry, I think I signed up yesterday. I have to double check. Oh, I don't remember seeing that, but maybe you were already on, Sherry? I don't remember. Catherine, I'm so glad to hear that. Catherine says the lives have been so very helpful for me. I am so glad to hear that, and I can feel the council clapping and celebrating how good that makes you feel. So I'm very, very glad to hear that. Hello, Dee. Namaste from Vancouver. Are you new to us today, Dee? Welcome to the fold. Welcome to our family, our beautiful little community. We also have a group on Insight Timer called our Happy Little Bubble. if you are the type of person like me who feels like they live in a happy little bubble and would love to bring your happy little bubble together with other people who are living in a happy little bubble to create one big happy little bubble, then please feel free to join the group. I do often mention upcoming lives and various topics, so feel free to do that. Good morning. There's my dear friend Gemini Jenny. Hello, my dear. Good to see you. You guys are very chatty this morning. This is awesome. I love it. Even when you're not chatty, I love it. Carrie says, I love live. Such a great opportunity to meet and interact with teachers. Indeed. Louise, oh, thank you. Yeah, it is good to be tethered again. Oh, thanks, Louise. She says, we are so glad to have you. Yes, Dee is new. Awesome. Tell us where you're from, Dee. Did you already? I forget. So much ago. Yes, you did. Vancouver. One city that I have wanted to visit for decades and have yet to do that. I hear that it is lovely. Hello, Faz. Good to see you again. Carrie says, happy little bubble. Hi, Mira. Oh my God, Mira. I haven't seen you in ages either. Oh, wow. It is so good to see you. Yes, indeed. What did you say? Hello, Greg and everyone. It's been so long since I attended one of your lives. Yeah, I know. I cut them down to about 1 or 2 a month because I got this new job in November. And so I was adjusting to that as a schedule. And honestly, I wasn't in the place where I could do lives and really feel like it was in alignment for me. And so that recently changed thanks to settling in Southern Utah. And it's so good to be back. I've missed it. I've missed all of you. I've missed meeting new people and sharing beautiful messages and getting to bring us together in community. So I'm glad you're here. Mira, things are really good. I'm in a good place, and I'm at the verge of some really powerful expansion, and I'm really hoping that the Coffee with the Council will help everybody experience some shifts or newness, or just take solace in the loving guidance that the Council has to share with us. Hey, Darlene Marie, good to have you back. Welcome. Jennifer loves happy little bubbles. I do too. Oh, thanks, Louise. I appreciate that. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, Howard. Nice to see you. Hi, Madeline. Nah, we're just starting, Madeline. There's always a little bit of chit chat at the beginning of mine, although we've been going 12 minutes already. Where am I from, Dee? Oh, I'm from all over. I'm a world citizen, but right now I'm living in Southern Utah. Carrie says it is definitely doing that for you. Hey, Nellie. You're here from Ecuador. Oh, welcome. It's so nice to have you here. We hope that you enjoy the session today. Hi, Mira. Looking good, Greg. Yes, glad to hear that you're doing good. How are you, Mira? How have you been? What's going on? Take all the time you need whenever you need it. You need to take care. Yeah, we do all need to take care of ourselves first. So I'm very excited today because the council is going to continue. I have this feeling that the council is actually giving us a master class. Do you get that feeling? Because they're giving me a glimpse into the next day's topic on the evening before. So today, or last night, they gave me a glimpse. And as you could probably guess, since on Wednesday, we talked about is-ness as relates to time. And yesterday, we talked about was-ness. So today, we're going to talk about the future. And they are calling it Not-Yet-ness. So I'm going to spell that out. Not-Yet-ness. So I'm really looking forward to hearing what they have to say about that. They give me the concept so that we can get the words right or get the words in alignment, and then they don't give me anything else. So I have these several hours, like in the evening and in the morning, where the concept lingers inside me, and they're just not sharing anything else. So it's a fun experience, although it's very it's just very interesting, like, because I can feel my mind wanting more, and yet I know I don't need more. So yes, Gwen and Carrie are saying yes, it feels like a masterclass. Absolutely does. Jennifer, my guides are very persistent on me choosing this live to join, so I'm here. You are welcome. We're so happy to have you. Cute. You like it, Linda? Not-Yet-ness, was-ness, is-ness, and not-yet-ness. Ah, the future. April said yesterday I heard Is-ness again in a podcast by Eckhart Tolle. Oh, fascinating. So it's not a new concept necessarily. So before we get into the message from the council today, because we are already at 15 minutes. Oh, it's so fun. I love visiting with you guys so much. They have asked me to provide a little bit of extra clarification about something. So what they have requested that I talk about before we get started is they strongly encouraged us to make note of when we're hearing the words that they're using, and then when they're talking about a concept like is-ness or was-ness, or today will be not-yet-ness, that we resist the urge to, this is a habit of the mind that they're talking about, to just be aware of the mind's tendency to want to lump the unfamiliar word or new concept in with concepts we've already heard about. So the best example from the last few days of that is how we were sort of talking about is-ness as relates to the now, and some of us were talking about living in the now. And what they said is, while the two concepts are related, they are vibrationally different. And they gave an example to me in meditation this morning that if you were having coffee in the morning, of course, great example because coffee with the council, if you were having coffee mugs and coffee cups and all that, they have been designed with an insulating aspect so that you would pour them and be able to drink the coffee safely, or even tea, if you will, safely from those particular vessels. If you were to take your coffee pot and pour that into a drinking glass, you would, because there is no insulation, because glass is actually a conductor, frequency energetically, you would burn yourself, or possibly the glass would shatter because it is not prepared, it has not been designed or manufactured to hold coffee in its hot or warm state, right? So it's interesting, and I thought this was really fascinating because while is-ness and living in the moment are sort of like cousins, they're definitely not the same energetically. And so that's just one example they gave. So what they really are strongly encouraging is that even if you're having a little bit of I don't quite understand the word, or I don't quite get the concept, they're inviting us to allow the words to just sit in our mind and sit in our hearts mostly, and just let them percolate. Again, another coffee analogy. Let them percolate, let them bubble, let them float around inside of you, and just do your best to resist the urge to lump them in the bucket with a different concept, because what the mind is doing, they said, is the mind is saying, oh, I recognize this concept. It's similar or just like this other concept. Therefore, I know this already because I've heard this before and I don't need to expand. So that is what's going on. That is the mind's habit or tendency to want to stay put with what it knows instead of allowing us to expand. But the heart can hold these concepts. So hello, Elena. Good to see you. Oh, it's been so long. It's so good to see you. So we need to be insulated from any judgments, etc. I don't know that it could be. It depends on you. It may be a very personal thing. But it's easy for the mind to want to translate this into something we've heard already so that the mind can understand it. But what we're wanting our heart to understand it, which is a feeling energetic thing. Hopefully that makes sense. Mira, we'll go to the tube of you to attend the Is-ness and Was-ness lives. Yes, indeed. They're up. You can go to my link, scroll down. I have all my playlists right there. Jennifer, that is well said. Just take the is-ness as it is. Yes, indeed. Yes, as it is. Which is interesting because even in that sentence, that encompasses is-ness. Take the is-ness as it is. Interesting. It is, exactly. That is is-ness. It just is. Awesome. Okay, so with that clarification out of the way, let's get into the message today. I'm so glad you're all here. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for joining us. We're not going to do a meditation today, but we are going to do a quick invocation to get us into a special state to receive our message today. So just follow along with me. I invite you to close your eyes and to place your feet flat on the floor if you are sitting somewhere that allows you to do that. If you're walking, standing, driving, just be conscious of how you are connected to what is below you, to what is supporting and holding you up. And take your left hand and place it gently on your heart chakra. And then just begin to tap your heart with the palm of your left hand. And repeat after me. Heart, teach my mind. Heart, teach my mind. Heart, teach my mind. I am here. I am here. I am here right now. Greetings and good day to all of you, our dearly beloved friends. We greet you from the energetic realms where we honor, love, and celebrate each and every aspect of each and every one of you exactly as you are in this moment. This indeed is one of our greatest joys, as is meeting with you. Thank you so much for being here today. And indeed, Greg was correct. We are indeed teaching you a masterclass on some capacity. Now, understand that this is not a masterclass of information. While we do share information and points of information and data and words, etc. with you, what we are truly doing is transmitting frequencies of energy into your very being so that you may feel and register them at a level beyond your physical mind. Now, your physical mind, indeed, as we had noted with Greg's assistance earlier, the clarification we think was very well done. We hope that you understand it. And today we are very excited to get into the next aspect of Is-ness. And indeed, there will be more to come next week, for we feel that Is-ness is an absolutely vital concept for understanding the transition between the frequency or energy of love and the energy of unity. The energy of unity is the second of the 7 energies that we have come to represent to you, to share with you, which we revealed, ironically and yet not so ironically, very synchronously, on your Valentine's Day, February 14th, the day in which many individuals actually celebrate love. And love and unity are indeed intimately related, and understanding Is-ness is essential for understanding the relationship and the transition from the energy of love to the energy of unity. Today we will be discussing Not-Yet-ness. Indeed, for we have talked about the moment, the now. We have talked about the past in the shape of was-ness. For those who missed it, who will be catching up with the replays, was-ness, quite simply defined, is is-ness weighed down by story. We love this definition, and we hope that this works for you. It is simple and straightforward. Yesterday's encouragement was to understand was-ness in order to recognize when you are living from a state of was-ness versus the state of is-ness. And along those same lines, we will do the same regarding not-yet-ness. This indeed is a state of being that is out of alignment with is-ness. It is also not in any way the same state of being as was-ness. It is its own unique state of being. The simple definition of not-yet-ness is a state of being which is is-ness burdened by longing, yearning, wishful thinking, hopefulness. Now, we do not mean the kind of hope that fills your heart and inspires you to move forward. We mean the kind of hope that your mind will latch onto. And the best description for this we find is yearning or longing. For these are very different. Hope, desire, yearning, longing. These all reflect different thoughts, states, feelings, if you will, that have different energies, but in particular, yearning and longing go together quite well. And in terms of the mental activity, they can be tied to wishful thinking, if you will. Now, there is another subtle aspect of not-yet-ness that is purely of the mind. That is the activity of planning for the future. Now, there is nothing wrong inherently with making plans. Energetically speaking, though, the most fulfilled lifestyle that you can embody, if you will, not necessarily lifestyle, but the most fulfilling path of living, if you will, is the one of synchronicity. And the one of synchronicity does not necessarily require plans. Now, planning is important if you come up with a particular project that you are impassioned and excited about. Indeed, you do need to lay forth some plans, put together some ideas, cultivate some concepts, and play with some different approaches, if you will. This indeed, when it's related to a project, and particularly one that is a project you find passion and joy and a sense of fulfillment in pursuing, this indeed is a powerful and appropriate use of planning. But when you are busy planning your life out, there is an old adage from certain spiritual circles over many, many decades that life is what happens when you are busy making other plans. We are sure that you probably understand this and have heard this before. So here we have these two concepts related to not-yet-ness. The aspect of the mind attempting to plan out your life ahead of you, and the aspect of the energetic aspect of longing and yearning. Now, what do these feel like? Take for a moment and think about, let us find an excellent example for today. Indeed, this is a good one. Life purpose. This is something that many people on your planet are currently going through the process of discernment around this. Now, the mind gets very busy with this particular question, does it not? What is my purpose? The mind is attempting to answer this question from the orientation of a goal or a plan, an objective or a task that must be accomplished. The heart does not take the same approach, and yet when the mind is busy engaging with this, the question of purpose has a very forward-thinking focus, does it not? I have not fulfilled my purpose yet. How will I fulfill my purpose in the future? It creates a longing and a yearning for knowledge, for a sense of certainty, for knowing the way in which things will unfold, and it gets you caught in a spiral that does not ever find itself in completion. You are looping. And in doing this, there is absolutely nothing wrong with asking the question of what is my purpose? For indeed, questions indeed help us expand, do they not? They help us grow, they help us learn. Indeed, the facility or faculty of questioning, that particular skill, is absolutely vital for discerning and digging and sorting and sifting through beliefs that you no longer serve you, that you no longer wish to hold on to. You need the faculty of questioning. However, questioning what your future holds is truly a futile exercise, for it is the mind's attempt to find certainty, guarantees, assurances. So we will relate this briefly to was-ness. The mind's activity in was-ness is thinking back to the past activities and past occurrences and wishing to redo them, wanting do-overs, etc., lamenting, regretting, discouragement, disappointment over what, quote-unquote, has occurred. When the mind is forward-thinking and focusing on the future in its less than helpful manner, it is indeed looking for guarantees. It is looking for certainties. And yet, there are no certainties in your future, or the future does not exist. It is merely an illusion. So when the mind attempts to look forward in time, looking for guarantees, it will never be satisfied. And thus is where we get the term not-yet-ness. There is a sense of continual dissatisfaction. and it definitely disconnects you from the present here and now, and definitely distracts you from what is. And so, not-yet-ness, how do we identify this? Well, we've already given many different examples. We ask you to close your eyes and think about a particular topic in which you have been projecting your mind into the future, if you will. Projecting into wishing something would occur in order to feel a certain way, or wanting to see a certain something from someone in order to have a certain certainty. Whatever the example or the topic is, our dear friends, hold it in your heart for just this moment. Keep your eyes closed. Hold on to that topic and just allow whatever thoughts you've been thinking about it to come up. Oh my goodness, what is going to happen when I leave this abode? Where is my beloved? What am I going to do about my life purpose? What will happen when this job changes or when this aspect of work changes for me? I need more money in order to accomplish what I want. All sorts of different examples. Allow the one that is most meaningful to you in the moment to sit in your heart. And our asking of you is not to attach to these thoughts that are associated with it, but be the mindful observer. Watch and witness, and most importantly, as the thoughts about this topic circle and swim through your mind, ask your heart, listen in to how these thoughts are making you feel. Is there a sense of groundedness? We think not. Do you feel any clarity as you go through these thoughts? No, you do not. Do you have a sense of fulfillment? No, there often generates a sense of despair or discouragement or disappointment for not-yet-ness, for not yet. This has not yet occurred. This has not yet occurred. My beloved has not yet shown themselves. My work situation has not yet changed to my liking. My living situation has not yet revealed itself. My life purpose has not yet been made known to me. Our dear beloved friends, the not-yetness is a lie. It is just the mind attempting to grant its assurances and guarantees in order for its smallness to grasp and understand the vastness who you are. And unfortunately, because the mind lives purely in the physical, purely in the third dimension and third density, it is never able to do this, and yet constantly striving to do it. So, the best way to recognize that you are temporarily living in a state of not-yet-ness is when you are feeling these things, when you are thinking of something and you suddenly notice, I'm feeling a bit discouraged, or a lot discouraged. I'm feeling some despair about the unfolding of this particular topic or focus of my life. I'm feeling lost. I'm feeling alone. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm focused on something having not yet occurred. Indeed, these are apt words to help you recognize the thought patterns that bring you into this state of being. So we will allow you to sit with this for just a few more moments. Now, one of the best things you can do, our dear friends, when you catch yourself in the not-yet-ness, is to simply bring one or both of your hands gently up to your beautiful heart chakra, and to simply do the exercise from which we started this transmission. It is indeed the heart to teach my mind is one of the most powerful tools that Greg has ever learned for helping to drop him out of his head and into his heart. For if you truly wish to live a life of synchronous fulfillment, you must follow your heart and not your mind, our dear friends. And so we love this particular teaching of Heart Teach My Mind. And what is important, not just in the saying of it, but is in the physical interaction. You can do this with the palm of your hand, or you can do this as the EFTers do with the tip of your finger if you wish. But what is important is the saying of the phrase, Heart Teach My Mind, and the tapping of the body. This brings you back into the physical moment, into the here and now. It invites you to remember that your heart is the leader of your life, and it is the one that can see far beyond what the mind is capable of seeing. And so after 3 days, our dear friends, we have discussed Is-ness, we have discussed What-ness, Was-ness, and we have discussed Not-Yet-ness, Not-Yet-ness. Indeed, not always easy to articulate these words in their ness forms. And we like this. It is fine to stumble on the words. And indeed, we invite you to begin to practice on a daily basis the recognition of which state of being you are living from. When you catch yourself living from a place of wasness or not-yetness, we also invite and encourage you to simply be the mindful observer. No judgment, no additional stories or analysis, simply discernment and recognition. Ah, there I go, living in not-yetness. Oh, that is the simple indication that I can return to Is-ness. And so do Heart Teach My Mind, or do any breathing exercises you so wish, anything that engages you back into the moment, into the present, into being present with what is. And we will discuss this much more in the coming days, but our goal with the instruction on wasness and not-yetness is to help you do this discernment so that when you come back to focusing on Is-ness, you can drop more and more deeply into it. For indeed, a large aspect of Is-ness is this incredible sense of presence. It is much deeper than that. It goes beyond just being here and now. It goes into the realm of essential knowing, which we will begin to discuss with you next week. We so dearly love you and celebrate every single aspect of you. We are so happy and joyful and honored to gather together with you in community, in communion, energetically, as we explore these new concepts for you. Some of these are old concepts for others, and yet together it is new for all of us as a community. And we wish to gently and lovingly remind you that you are here together. And for this, we celebrate every single day, and we will leave you with this for now, so that you may ask any questions that you wish of our beloved channel. Hi. Wow. Woo! It's a lot of energy in that one. Wow. Yes, happy 4-4, Catherine. Thank you. Yay, 4-4. 4-4-25. Oh my God, how was that? Wow. Oof. Woo. Wow, there's a lot going on there. Carrie says that was a lot of energy in that. Have you noticed how their cadence changes? Sometimes, right? How they slow down, are almost like more deliberate with their wording in certain ways. And there's like, I don't know, it's like in between the words, there's so much energy. It's really amazing. Louise says, whoa, 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 whoa. The lamenting, that word stuck with me. Yes, lamenting. Thank you, Gwen. I appreciate you sharing your love and abundance with me. If you wish to support me, as in all the cases of all of our beautiful teachers in Insight Timer, donations are one beautiful way to do that. I am honored and always celebrate and appreciate donations. However, there are so many other amazing ways you can support teachers. You can follow them. You can listen to their tracks. You can check out their groups. You can share their tracks and lives with other friends from or other groups that you're in. That is actually one of the best ways. And then I also love and appreciate seeing and meeting people off of the app as well. Not required, but it is there and available for you. Let's see what you guys have to say. Carrie says, I totally felt that because I had both hands on my heart. Wow, Gwen says, so powerful. Jack, I love this so much. Louise, you had your hands on your heart too? Oh, that's so cool. Wow. I'm kind of like, oh, I don't even know if I've integrated what they said. You know, I mean, it's going to take a bit. Any questions? Anybody have any questions about Not-Yet-ness or anything that they shared? Jennifer says, yes, so much. I totally get why I was sent here today. Exactly what I need to be reminded of. I love that. See, that is a beautiful example of synchronicities at play, right? When you are following your heart in that way, when you're following your intuition, when you're following your excitement, as Bashar talks about, then synchronicities unfold, and it's just the magic of life with that. Mira says that was powerful. Jack says, I'm already finding myself pulling myself back to my isness when my mind wanders. I love that, Jack. Wow, can you tell us more about that? What does that experience feel like? Quite warm after that transmission, so I have to. Gwen says, I was ready for a nap. Now I feel like I have so much energy. I know, me too, right? I had to remind myself that this morning when I woke up. I was like, yeah, I feel sluggish. I feel logy, as they say, and sort of dim because I'm sleepy-headed. And I was like, but it's so much fun getting together with everybody on the lives, and it's so fun hearing what the council has to say. Mira says, thank you for sharing your time, energy, and gifts with us. So much gratitude. Oh, thank you, Mira. I so appreciate seeing you again. Carrie, I feel they were saying to just live in the now and not to live any other way. Well, yes, but again, living in the now, they said, was a different frequency. The concept of living in the now was a different frequency, a different concept than is-ness. I would say that living in the now describes a mental perspective, like where to focus the mind. But is-ness is a state of being. Living in the now, yeah, I would say that this is accurate. Living in the now is a state of mental focus. But is-ness is a state of being that occurs in the now. For there is only the now, for their perspective in the energetic realms. There is no past or future. Those are illusions for us. That there is only the now. So it's almost like the use of living in the now conceptually for me personally is a mental reminder. But the bigger concept to understand is the is-ness, because there is only now. So you are always only ever living in the now. But when we make a deep connection with the is-ness, it's dropping in at an energetic, essential, existential level, if you will. There is a knowingness that I can feel as they're talking. They're getting us ready to they're bringing us slowly into the awareness of a level of knowingness that is beyond what we're usually used to, if that makes any sense. Jennifer says, my heart is full and my hands and feet are on fire now. Oh, I hope it's a good kind of fire. Oh, that is so awesome, Jennifer. I'm so glad to hear that. Gwen, is-ness seems like so much more than living in the now. It feels so different. It does feel different. And I think this is why they offered asked me to do the clarification at the beginning. The mind has this tendency to want to quantify new concepts and put them in buckets that we already are familiar with. Again, because the mind is not focused on expansion. The heart is connected to our expansion. The mind wants things to be secure and safe and guaranteed and assured and understandable and quantifiable, right? Because the mind can't see as far as the heart can. Jack says, it feels incredible. I am guilty of longing and want. You're not guilty, sweetheart. It's human. We do it. No judgment. No, okay, very okay. They're talking to me right now. Really super important encouragement when you catch yourself in was-ness or not-yet-ness. No story, no judgment. This is an important aspect of understanding is-ness, because if you allow the mind to step in and analyze and judge and create stories, the mind is keeping you in the was-ness or the not-yet-ness by doing that. But instead, if we cannot invalidate it, if we can simply acknowledge that when we're living from a place of was-ness or not-yet-ness, it is what is. This is another aspect of is-ness. Oh, wow, this is huge. This is multidimensional, my friends. When we can see that what is at the moment is that we are living from was-ness, when we can see that, I'm going to say it again, when we can see that what is in the moment is that we are living from was-ness, when we see that, recognize it, discern it, and do not judge it, do not invalidate it, instead, simply recognize it and allow it as in its own is-ness, then we return to a state of is-ness. Then we're no longer living from was-ness. That's huge. I understand on a heart level, but I don't know how to actually, it's so interesting. What else does Jack say? Guilty of longing and wanting future events. Yes, indeed. But I'm finding myself saying that doesn't belong in my is-ness. Oh, I love that phrase. That doesn't belong in my is-ness. So powerful. Jennifer, yes, you can live in the now, but take what is as it is, lots of ises, and leave expectations, good expectations out, and not try to micromanage what is. Very well said, Jennifer. Excellent points. Yes, indeed. Gwen is affirming Jack. Thank you, Gwen. And yes, Greg, I understand. Thank you. You're welcome, Carrie. No expectations. Just accepting that what is what is meant to be. Yes, indeed. Carrie says, just realize it just is. It's funny, though, because when we start to use more ises in sentences, it does start to sound funny, doesn't it? Wow. Fascinating stuff, my friends. Is anyone brand new? Did anyone come in during the message? Welcome. We were so glad to have you join us today. Any questions? Any more questions, comments, or sharing about what the message was today? But it is what it is, and that is so powerful. It is. It is what it is. Even when we are feeling uncomfortable emotions, even when we are living in the past or living in the future, from those states of was-ness or not-yet-ness, those just are. Jack says, this is the most wonderful community experience. Thank you, Greg. You're incredible. Oh, thank you, Jack. You guys all make it extra incredible for me. So I am filled with so much love and appreciation for being here and getting to be able to spend so much great time together. I'm actually, I willingly said yes to Coffee with the Council, but I was trepidatious about it because it's a change in how I schedule my days and my particular day-to-day flow. But I'm really glad I did it, and I'm really looking forward to the rest of the month. And if we are really enjoying it through April, it might just continue into May. Jennifer says, what is meant to be is for your highest good and the highest good of all, and you are a child of the universe and you are love. Yes. Now, interesting. What is meant to be? If there is no time, since there is no past or future, there is no such thing as what is meant to be, for everything exists in the now. Oh, whoa. So part of what they're teaching us, this is fascinating. Okay, so part of the teaching around is-ness, was-ness, and not-yet-ness is to help us free ourselves from attachment to time and attachment to physicality, and to deepen our connection to the knowing that everything exists in the here and now. And then the only reason we don't see evidence of what, of what is not yet, etc., is not because it doesn't exist. It does exist. It's because we're not in alignment with how it exists in this very moment. That's huge. That is really huge. Melinda says, Craig's been thinking about how both of us have been planning about futures living in other countries. How does this message from the council resonate for you? You know, I appreciate that question, Linda. Yeah, I've let go of anything other than what I need in the moment. Truly, when I found that I was personally overly attached with the desire to move to Tenerife, and I was very discouraged when I discovered that I couldn't, and I didn't really know what to do with myself. But what I quickly came to realize was that what was more important wasn't the actual moving itself, but the desire for home. And so the more I dropped into just the feeling and the knowing that there's a home for me somewhere, and just lining up with what felt right in the moment, that's when I realized that what was really calling me was the Red Rocks. And I was able to then choose Southern Utah as my current location. And the minute I arrived here, even though the first few weeks I was in a hotel, and you can ask Gemini Jenny, my dear friend, that the day I arrived in Southern Utah, I felt just incredible. I felt different than I have for the last 9 months. And there was like I had arrived, and I had arrived in a certain way. It wasn't really, arrived isn't the right word. I just felt so present. I feel so present and connected with the mountains here and the climate, and it felt amazing. I felt like I'd come home. So it's really, really, really cool. Thank you for asking about that. It's a good example for us, indeed. That is huge, Melinda. Indeed. Yeah. Yes. I discovered that I couldn't when I spoke with a Spanish visa lawyer, and it just, everything that she presented just showed that I wasn't, that there were aspects of my life and where I was at that I was just not ready for it. And when that came up, I was very disappointed. But what that revealed was what I was truly longing for was longevity and stability in one location. And I didn't want more change. I was talking about this the other day, I can't remember with who. And moving to Europe would be change upon change upon change, because their electric plugs are different, the way they do the utilities, the way the cell phones work, everything, many things are very different. They're not a bad different. I actually like a lot of them. But when I really dropped into my heart and was like, what am I truly needing right now after hopping from house to house to house again? And I was just needing longevity, to just land in one place for a little while and ground. So yes, I am home, Carrie, indeed. Follow your heart, follow your excitement. If you've not heard of Bashar's excitement formula, like it's a teaching that I've been following for several months now, and I love it. It's really, really powerful. Oh, Melinda, I'm so glad that makes sense. Yes, Louise, it is good to feel grounded until the next step. Any other questions or comments about today's message? I will have this recording up in the next few hours, up on the playlist. Oh, we actually went longer than usual, so I am actually gonna last call for questions. All right, my dear friends, I am going to send us off. Thank you so much. Oh, Jennifer, it's so exciting to meet you too. Thank you for being here. I hope that you come and visit with us again next week. We have Coffee with the Council all week next week. You won't see the rest of April's schedule right away. I have to put the rest of April in during this weekend. That was my only obligatory task. Otherwise, I am chilling and hanging out. Louise, thank you so much for sharing your loving gift and donation with me. I really greatly appreciate it. It really means a lot. It's not just an energetic exchange, but it's a recognition that you received value or that your heart was touched in some way. So I love that. Thank you for doing that. Yes, have a great weekend, Jack says. Indeed, you are welcome, Melinda. Definitely, my guides make me listen. I love that, Jennifer. That is so awesome. You're welcome, Carrie, and thank you to the council, indeed. Yeah, it's so wonderful. My friends, I don't want to say goodbye today, but that is okay, because we'll see each other at somebody else's live over the weekend, or and then again, Coffee with the Council Monday morning. That'll be our first Monday one. Very excited to see what the council has to share with us. Thanks, Louise. She says, such a nice start to my weekend. Let's just breathe that in. Such a nice start to the weekend. Yes, indeed. I agree. Have a great weekend, everybody. I am going to send you off and away, and I will see you very soon. Much love to all of you. Bye-bye.